A lot of people, Conchawa Yoruba ni kan la bitter, àwọn èèyàn bitter gan, wọ́n kàn gbé sábẹ́ ilé ni, wọ́n kàn anybody control the opportunity nísìnyí. But yẹn mo sọ pé àwa kan máa prepare pa máa lose kankan láti because ó lè fẹ́ kúrò nínú country kò sọ pé ó ní lose kankan. We must prepare for that. Àyà wa tó ń jà yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ mú ẹ̀mí wa kó le koko bí kó le gan kó le ju ti gbowó gan lọ kí gbowó gan máa wò pé yes àwọn Yorùbá ti ready. Tó ń ṣe ti Ìbà Gani Adams ọmọ apá ìtì ready. Torí Ìgbòho mọ̀ pa ti ṣe tán ó mọ̀ pé tó bá fi ohùn sílẹ̀ nísìn àwọn èèyàn máa jáde. For the sufferness that we are telling you is happening. And that's why Tinubu is scared. Tinubu knows that there will be coup in Nigeria. That is why he cannot travel to United Nations. You can get that from my mouth. Lórí burúkú. Ìkòkò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá bíbà bẹ́ẹ̀ that let him go to United Nations. Before he comes back, the country will be no longer in his possession. Priority is 34 minutes. Màá play fún wa. Mo kàn máa rìn ibi tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ni bọ̀ máa wá jáde. Ó ní tá bá máa pín ẹ̀ sí jẹ́ ká kúkú pín kó má dìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Bí Tinubu fẹ́ yẹ kó dìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ni kò ní jẹ́ kó dìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ó ń súnmọ́ bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. Ẹ ní ṣoríire gbogbo yín. Ẹ ní ṣoríire. Ẹ̀yin politicians yẹn, ogun máa pa gbogbo yín. Inside Nigeria, olórí burúkú governor kan, àwọn olóṣèlú. Wọ́n ní no, we don't want Ìṣẹ̀ṣe day, but we can get Christmas day. Go better for you now. Ẹ ní ṣoríire. Oh, we don't want Ìṣẹ̀ṣe day, but we can send people to Aajo. But when we have a Yoruba country with Yoruba constitution, àwa la máa decide nǹkan tá fẹ́, so that you will not be part of Nigeria that will tell you, no, we will not celebrate Ìṣẹ̀ṣe day, but we will celebrate Allah Akbar.
Kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ apàdà sórí ìkànnì Yorùbá Space TV níbi tá a ti máa ń mọ àwọn ètò àti ìròyìn wá fún yín lónà ọ̀jọ̀ kan gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ káàkiri Nàìjíríà pàápàá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tiwa. Ẹ wo tó bá jẹ́ ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ tí yín rè lórí ìkànnì yìí ẹ bá wa subscribe ẹ sì má gbàgbé láti tẹ bọ́tìn kékeré tó dàbí aago yẹn tí yóò máa ta yín lóko nínú ìgbà tá a bá ti mú fídíò tuntun wá síta. Ẹ wo èyí tá a tún fún wa fún yín lónìí àrà ọ̀tọ̀ ni ó yá ẹ wá lọ bó ṣe ń lọ ẹnì tó níbẹ̀.
Ẹ ní ṣoríire gbogbo yín. Ẹ ní ṣoríire. Ẹ̀yin politicians yẹn, ogun máa gbogbo yín ni. For the sufferness that we are telling you is happening. And that's why Tinubu is scared. Tinubu knows that there will be coup in Nigeria. That is why he cannot travel to United Nations. You can get that from my mouth. Lórí burúkú. Ìkòkò tó bẹ́ẹ̀ tó bá bíbà bẹ́ẹ̀ that let him go to United Nations. Before he comes back, the country will be no longer in his possession. That is why he's sending Osibajo. Most of people want to differ to Tinubu. They have told Tinubu that if you dare travel, it's two things. It's either there will be coup or Tinubu doesn't have a good health. So they have to manage it. Come on, disappointing the United Nations. Even Buhari that we thought was a dead man. The Biafra believe that Buhari is dead. I don't have any evidence, but I know it's either he's dead or he's alive. Throughout the period, Buhari Fishe government, it was going there, whether it is the manicure, whether it's the one that they prepare, it was there. Tinubu is only the second, United Nations General Assembly. He cannot travel. He cannot travel. And that is the one that wants to govern and protect me and you in that messed up country. And you bastard, you come here and be telling me nonsense. Tinubu until he defend yàrá àti ìyàwó. Do you imagine that? He should be there so that we can be seeing a Yoruba man. I think we will be happy, even if he has not given us anything. Oloshi. He doesn't want to go because it's two things. It's either his health is affecting him, and he doesn't want to go and collapse at the United Nations General Assembly. And he knows that Joe Biden is not going to say it. Joe Biden will not have any reason to see Tinubu. So we come back to all that. So tomorrow, Koiki. So attend this event, okay? Don't say don't come in. I know that is always I want go and listen to reason why we are being in this mess. How the Fulanis with their tricks. Now they are giving, wife to us. They will give us their son. We see Ganduje. Ganduje, that's a Fulani man. End up, giving, Ajimobi. We saw that Oluwo, they give him wife. So they're now injecting their Fulanization inside us. So within the next 30 or another 300 years, we will be talking about a Fulani king in Yoruba land, and Yoloshi. Anta, anytime you come on this platform and you come and tell me nonsense that could not cost you, I will cost your father. We are worried. Do you think that everybody will be alive in another 150 years? Everybody will be dead person that everybody will remember you, even if you are not careful. We are talking about the next, people that will be living in Yoruba land. So you want me, when I'm gone, to be thinking that, kí ló dé tá àjàjà yẹn tán? So kúkú bẹ́tà ká jà nísìn now. So kí láì wá ń bẹ̀rù fún, ẹ jẹ́ ká jà yẹn nísìn. Because a Fulani will end up become Ọọ̀ni of Ifẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ iwájú ẹ̀yin olòṣì. Bí èèmọ̀ tó ń prepare fún yín, òun ni à ń gbọ́ nísìn pé, even the Aláàfin, the reason why we don't have Aláàfin today is because they want to install a Fulani man there. And when they install a Fulani man as Aláàfin, so what else are we? Kí ni reason that wá sáyé gan? So tomorrow they will be talking about this. So go there and listen, okay? Don't say kò sí tó kàn mí, because I know a lot of you olòṣì ni ẹ máa ní kò sí tó kàn mí. So gbogbo ẹ̀ ló kàn wá. So part of negotiation is, even if we don't agree with Gbenga Daniel, we see him there, maybe we can talk to Gbenga Daniel, olórí burúkú ni ẹ wá bí ìgbà kó gbọ́n kan tá à ń sọ lòṣì, owó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ kówó jáde, ká lọ sọ fún wọn ní Senate bá a ṣe mọ́, because gbogbo iná máa padà kú náà ni. Gbenga Daniel will die, I will die, everybody will end up dying. So why are we scared, olòṣì? Kí ló ń dà yín lẹ́rù bọ́sẹ̀? Ìyá dáadáa ló kú yẹn nísìn, Janet Fashakin, a very beautiful soul, and she will be buried, next month as we are celebrating. Because we will be celebrating our life. Our life is not the one way we are not going to celebrate it. So because some of you say, but Koiki, event in London will go ahead. I told you that this woman wants my spirit to continue to fight, because she is a fighter. She was a warrior when she was alive. So don't tell us that because Janet Fashakin, a beautiful soul, have died, then I should go and be sleeping in. No. This woman wants me to continue the fight for Yoruba people. And that's exactly what she would have done if it's the other way around as well. But everybody's going to die, but we are praying for long life. So in October, while we are celebrating Igboho's birthday and the rally, they will also be celebrating the life of a beautiful mother, a woman, a warrior that fought for many Nigerians to get their papers in America, family issue, problems there and there. If Nigeria was good, she would have been practicing a lawyer in Nigeria. Now they cannot even bring the body back to Nigeria because now what taking the body back to Nigeria? Just bury her in New York and give her, a very last befitting burial. And I appreciate all the organizer, the committee, the family members. She hasn't died, as just like all these bastard, Yoruba politicians that would die. No. She died a good death. So we are grateful for life that she spent. She might be 66. She's far better than Obasanjo that is still alive, that bomb bastard. She's far better than Oshoba. She's far better than all these Olori Buruku that should have died anyway, but they are still alive. Because they are blood sucking. What in meje? So at the time to that, the long mulo. So if you think that you are still seeing Obasanjo, he will die eventually. Another 10 years, Obasanjo will die. Maximum 10 years, he will not even be able to be traveling anywhere. They will just be feeding inside his house. But they can't die because they've done a lot of ritualists. They are ritualist people. So I do believe and we left to New York. So even though this is happening, in the New York, we are 5 hours different, but activities in UK will continue. So nothing has changed. The New York event will go ahead. The activities in London will go ahead as planned. Because that is exactly what she would have loved. So if you are one of those that haven't bought your ticket, Igboho is coming to UK. We will have the dinner and then we will take the rally. I've been communicating with the British government, with the police. I've been doing a lot of emails so that they are aware that, And let me tell you, don't come on that day, and try to, bring and stir things up. And about them, accept me, we are in a good event. Because ọlọ́pàá la máa hand over fún. Ó better kó má yọjú. Don't allow politicians to give you, £100 and £200. I will make sure that mo send the prison nílùú. Ma send the prison. I'm telling you. So má wá dàbẹ̀rú bí àwọn ṣe Nàìjíríà. Tí Nàìjíríà yẹn àjọ máa dàrú ni. But eléyìí ò lè dàrú torí pé in tó lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ la fẹ́ ṣe. We are not doing anything against the law. We are law-abiding citizens. A lot of us have lived in this country. We've contributed. Do you know how much tax I've paid in this country in the 24 years I've lived here? Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi tẹ́ fẹ́ ra ticket. Tẹ́ bá ti send the £100 yín, màá send ẹ̀ sí wọn. Ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pẹ́ pè mí so that kẹ́ share receipt yẹn. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tó bá yẹ pé through paper tẹ́ máa fi send owó sí mi, màá forward ẹ̀ sí wọn. So, no problem. Mo ti rí message yìí náà. So let us all, be calm. Situation of Nigeria is going down. It is just how fast it goes down is what people don't know. And I love the Elefaro team. I'm going to be telling you a little bit about him, but let me clear my table with some of the activity. So I've told you, Iyawa Janet Fashakin will be buried from the 11th to the Sunday, which is also coincident, unfortunately, between what we're going to be doing in UK. But nothing is stopping in UK. The whole event of the UK is going ahead as planned. Going ahead as planned. Tomorrow, there's a Yoruba National, the Yoruba National Day, which is happening, as we've told you. Then in November, Amashe Adire Day. So all this is to prepare Yoruba people, because the worst case scenario might happen. Look, I want to before the Biafra, that's when everything will scatter. No, a lot of things can scatter before the day. Look, even Davido was upset with INEC. So I told you, Davido himself is upset yesterday. So anything can happen in Nigeria. A lot of people are just, waiting. Look at the people on Pampani. So you think that because I come on here and talk, look, the way I'm talking is how Davido will be talking in his own little secrecy with his friends. The way I'm talking is what Elefaro to me. I won't call this sort of baby. So we are all different human beings. If you're the I feel it do marry to dawa. So yeah, I'm scared of America. Hey, don't talk like that. I'm scared of UK. I'm scared of Germany. No. They should be scared of us because I want going on the wrong malady. I want to come and bear our because I want damage in 1884, the Berlin Conference, the slave trade. They've messed up our life. They've messed up our life. So the best thing is for them to either de-amalgamate Nigeria or the whole country will come down. And that's why Tinubu is scared. Kole lost UN. I can't believe it. Just second UN assembly. You don't say, no, Shetima, go and represent Nigeria. Idiot. So let's come into the conversation. So if you're new to the platform, you have never come across, waiting this one they talk. Now the thing where they talk, now here they talk. Now here they talk. So Moki, àwọn ìyàwó mi Moki, mama tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Moki gbogbo ẹ̀yin mama àgbàlagbà, Moki gbogbo àpé ẹ̀krọ̀lẹ́. And let's kickstart. We've done 42 minutes. Moki Bubua, you've never come across Yoruba Nation campaign, or you have been coming across all your fraudulent politicians because they don't want us to get our message closer to you. But we will try to make sure that our message continues to filter through, even if it is a very tough task. Moki Bubua Koiki media team, especially when these guys are traveling this. The most important thing I'm scared of is, accidents, because you never know. One of them was traveling overnight, not too late, but she ended up stopping. I'm not going to give you too much location. She was traveling from another state to, she ended up, my grandma, so they're going for burial or whatever. So, Nigeria is a place where everybody is scared and, things just doesn't go right. So, now, let us pick it from here. Like I said, if you want to be on the London bus on that day, the red route, I got on money so that I can Osele because it's only a passenger of 72 and it overload. So in Toba for Osele, I just pay táyé bá wà ẹ wọlé, táyé ò bá sí ẹ nílé wọlé o. So I sọkún anything. All these are voluntary, but if you want to support these, please do let us know because we need a lot of support, and support means that it will help enhance and do things right. Look, £100 for the ticket for CSI is not too much. At least you have the privilege to be in the same room with him, in a nice environment. It's a Hilton London Kensington. A lot of people are traveling from different part of the country, in UK, in Wales, Manchester, Scotland, but you would have to pay for this particular event, which is not free because, it's a dinner. You are going to be eating something. You are eating. Put on whatever you feel comfortable to wear. If you like, you can wear agbada, you can wear ashoke. The weather should not be too bad. But if you're not driving, the good part is, Uber is working. You can get Uber to that place. You can take Uber out. The closest tube station is Shepherd's Bush. It's not right deep into Oxford Circles. like the rally. So this is like, just 5 minutes. And to Mount Shepherd's Bush. So it's within that axis. There's a free parking. Like I said, I would have time, even if I have to squeeze myself, to go and give you a bit of the surrounding. But as usual, everybody knows when you're going to party, we pay for parking even sometimes. So even if you have to pay for, a bit of, parking, it shouldn't be a problem, for saying that is not the reason why I'm not going to come. So, but like I said, it's going to be a fantastic evening. But the most important one that we want everybody to attend is the rally. We want everybody to attend, to come and appreciate who we are as Yoruba people that has contributed, so much into this, economy, because we have also contributed a lot into the British economy. We are working, we are paying tax, we are law abiding, and we continue to respect, the laws of this country. So, that is also going to be happening as well. So that is on all that, and I pray that the day will come successfully. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ jẹ́ prayer warriors, your job is you know how to pray. Ẹ bá máa fi gbogbo ọjọ́ yẹn sínú àdúrà pé kí Ọlọ́run kó jọ nínú ọlá ẹ̀ kó jẹ́ kí ọjọ́ yẹn kó wá ní ti dáadáa. So let us also continue to pray for that beautiful day. A lot of things are, we are in the last couple of, we're not even up to 20 days before the event. So there's a lot of activity that is still going into the last minute. The brochure, and Endobate brochure, it would be nice if we can do one from the Koiki media platform as well, just to say thank you so much, Igbowo. So if I have, 10 people to contribute £10, we can write something. I can ask one of our, and I won't be the one to write it. We just say on behalf of all the Koiki media followers, Koiki media family, we say thank you so much, Igbowo. What do you think? And we can just put that in the brochure, but we need to get that done as quickly as possible. So we can take a full page, or we can take a half page, which is £50. So if anybody think you love that suggestion, let me know. Even if there's, because people always have this impression that when we say we need £100, yes, £200 can come, but that can also be diverted to use for something else. So even if we have extra, we will always use it for, something meaningful, especially on this kind of a platform where a lot of you trust and have a full loyalty to the platform. So the Bafik is something we can do. We will just say, we won't be putting everybody's name. There will be too many of us. We just say on behalf of all the Koiki media, followers or friends, and I can ask 2 or 3 people just to write things together, and I will submit it to the committee, because they need to print that brochure. This week is a very decisive week. So I'm going to be in a meeting with the committee tomorrow. We are putting the final touch. If you are very busy, I got a call for somebody, say, look, you join Uloma Drive and one event, but he will be putting his own contribution. If you are busy, you are busy. There's nothing we can do. But I don't think everybody should be busy. There must be some of us that will have, the privilege to attend these days. So we expect many of us, to come for that day. So if you are not familiar with London, you are just fortunate to be passing by, please, why not stop over? I know somebody is coming from Canada, they're only going to be here for holiday, but lucky that it's also going to be the time that we are having this event. So I'm looking forward to those family, like a family friend that got along. Ẹ máa try, but ẹ nílé wa mú. So ẹ máa gbìyànjú, but ẹ nílé wa mú. So what we need to do òun ni pé we should be the foot soldier for Igboho. And I am the #1 out of all the Yorubas in the world. Tọ́bánẹ́ni tó dúró pé tó bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ fún Tolóyè Ìgbòho, èmi ni #1. But Iberu tí àwọn tó kù ní òun ni kò jẹ́ kó lè gbé fèsì síta. Because you will lose something if you're doing this kind of fight. You must, ẹ̀yin ò fẹ́ lose nǹkan kan now. How many of you want to lose your house in Nigeria? How many of you that are travel to Nigeria quietly and come back out? Yes, Igboho wà ní Benin right now as I speak to you. It's currently in Africa. Òun ò lè pa gìrì wọnú sókà. Ó jẹ́ pé kò lè lọ. But there is time for everything. So what we can do is to guide him and be there for him. Because he has already proven himself that he is there for us. And that's him there, right behind me. Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho is not a criminal. He's a freedom fighter. And everybody knows that. But ẹ̀yin nísìnyí ò fẹ́ lose nǹkan kan. Igboho ti lose. Ó dẹ̀ ti gbà fọ́lọ́run. Pé bí ìrìn àjò yẹn ṣe máa rí nìyẹn. Do you know what it means for them to have killed those two beautiful souls nínú ilé ẹ̀? Ó bá pa jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Tó bá tún ṣe pé lè dìkẹ́ tó gbóhùn sókè. So sometimes when people are saying, àrólé mo kí ẹ, kò ní bàjẹ́ fún ẹ láíláí, brother mi, mo mọ rí sí tẹ́lẹ̀ ìgbé comment ọmọ ṣe rí comment ẹ níbí báyìí. Bọ́ fẹ́ bọ́wọ́pọ̀ orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá máa dá dúró, ìjàdẹ̀ la máa fi parí ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn àrólé lè máa sọ, gbogbo wọn lè máa sọ, èmi sọ fún yín pé ìjà gidi. Bọ̀ kó tó débi ìjà yẹn, òun ni pé ká kọ́kọ́ prepare ẹ̀mí ìwọ, ẹ̀mí èmi fún nǹkan tó ń bọ̀. Tó a ti wà nù problem. A ti wà nù ewu gidi. But most of you don't want to sacrifice. If they sacrifice, bí Igboho, then what we can do is we just have to shield around him. So that wọ́n bá ti shield ẹ̀, ó máa difficult fún ìjọba. And that is why we must prepare. As Dele Farotimi said in his broadcast this morning that I've watched. Nigeria ti wà ní the final stage. But ǹjẹ́, you okay? Yeah. Ǹjẹ́ à ń múra sílẹ̀? Ǹjẹ́ à ń múra sílẹ̀ tí collapse yẹn tó bá dé? Tí collapse tá à ń retí yẹn bá dé nísinsìnyí, ǹjẹ́ à ti múra sílẹ̀? You don't want ice cream again. You want chocolate? Okay, my boy. Ǹjẹ́ à múra sílẹ̀? Because the collapse is going to happen. The collapse of Nigeria will happen. But ǹjẹ́ à ń gbáradì sílẹ̀ fún? Ǹjẹ́ à ń gbáradì sílẹ̀ fún? And that is what and reason why ta gbọ́dọ̀ support Baba Akintoye. Ta gbọ́dọ̀ support the organization. Ẹgbẹ́ Yorùbá pọ̀ káàkiri nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. But kò ń ṣe gbogbo ló ń jà fún self-determination. Ibi tí àwa ti yàtọ̀ nìyẹn. For self-determination làwa dúró lé lórí. And there's nothing bad asking for self-determination. So, mo kí wa pé happy Sunday. Bí ẹ ṣe ń wọlé ní méjì mẹ́ta, ẹ bá wa máa pín ètò yẹn. Ẹ bá wa love it, ẹ like it. Àdẹ̀ ní ṣe lásán. Torí àdúrà ẹlòmíì nìyẹn pé kò ní bọ́ sí. Èmi ọmọ tọmọ Yorùbá máa sọ pé kò ní bọ́ sí. Mo kí gbogbo ọlẹ́ nǹkan sí o. Ọba tó lọ́jọ́ ẹ̀mí á wo làálàá kókó gbogbo wa jọ̀ǹjọ̀ wa pé kí ìran wa yìí tá à ń jà fún kí ìran yìí kó má di èyí tó máa dìtàn. Torí àwọn ò fẹ́ kó dìtàn la ṣe ń ṣe wàhálà yìí. A fẹ́ kí ìran wa di ìtàn. la ṣe ń ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wàhálà tá à ń ṣe. A fẹ́ kí ìran wa kó lọ sí ìtàn. So, and we will make sure that the fight continues. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ èèyàn fẹ́ kí ìran Yorùbá kó ní say in the global world. Wọ́n fẹ́ ká máa fi Nàìjíríà fi ṣe àtẹ̀gùn. And that is what makes Baba Akintoye different from them. But Baba Akintoye mọ̀ pé a lè continue ká máa lo Nàìjíríà because Nigeria is not going to give us exactly our demands. Kò sí ọ̀nà tá lè gbà, kò sí bá ṣe lè fẹ́ tó, a lè tún tò nínú Nàìjíríà mọ́. Kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ fẹ́ tún tò mọ́ nínú Nàìjíríà because what ti compromise láti the foundation of it. Kódà I'm sure pé àwọn English gan máa wonder pé why ta fi jẹ́ kó pẹ́ tó yìí ká tó na fi pull out. Ẹ gbọ́ mi, àwọn òyìnbó wọ́n máa béèrè lọ́pọ̀ ara wọn pé báwo lè ṣe jẹ́ kó pẹ́ tó yìí kó tó di pé ẹ̀ ń béèrè fún right yìí because right yín ni ẹ̀tọ́ yín ni but kí ló dé tẹ́ ṣe jẹ́ kó pẹ́ tó yìí ṣé torí pé àwa kan wà labroad àwa ń pull ara wa díẹ̀díẹ̀ bóyá mo á tiẹ̀ wá mo ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ wá ẹni tó bá lè mú wá sí bíbà ó yá bí a kò try America tó bá America bá lọ ó yá try Canada gbogbo yẹn wá lọ ó yẹ ò ṣe try Turkey náà lọ ó dá try Cyprus ó yá lọ Africa country kan because tó bá jẹ́ pé gbogbo wa ti gbìyànjú pé a fẹ́ pull out kúrò ní Nàìjíríà láti tètè gbọ́ àgbọ́yé ẹ̀ dáadáa ni the end of Nigeria would have happened nígbà táwọn George Akínọlá ẹ̀gbọ́n mi nígbà tó ń pariwo ní 2017 pé country yóò ń ṣe country tá a ṣe máa sọ pé a fẹ́ tún ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ mọ́ but nígbà tí wọ́n jẹ́ ká gbọ́ àgbọ́yé yẹn dáadáa ní Adámásìgbà làwọn ti pariwo sígbà àmọ́ ẹ pé Nàìjíríà ò ṣe restructure ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀ má ṣe wà láyè èmi àti wọ́n sì sọ̀rọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn tíìmù wa wọ́n lọ sí Ilé-Ifẹ̀ because it's part of the organizer ìyẹn George Akínọlá bí ẹ̀rántí nǹkan tó sọ mọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ nígbà yẹn.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Oodua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of.
That video tẹ́ ń gbọ́ yìí 2017. So imagine tó bá jẹ́ pé ariwo Yorùbá nation yẹn jáde ní powerful bó ṣe lọ báyìí nísìn that end of Nigeria máa ti ṣẹlẹ̀ kò ní ní sínú ẹ̀mọ́ nísìn. Ṣé wá mọ̀ pé South Korea tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ lénìí South Korea yẹn ó wà lára ìta máa sọ àbí èyí tó súnmọ́ tó tún jẹ́ Singapore. But gbogbo akọ̀ assume pé well tó bá work ẹni tó bá lè sá lọ check out ẹni tó bá lè check out. But kí làwọn rí nígbà yẹn tó fi sọ pé this country cannot work. It is so ní 2017 làwọn sọ ilé ìyàn kan ṣe wá ń gbé ọ̀rọ̀ restructure ọ̀rọ̀ regional wọ́n ṣe wá ń gbé wá fún wa ní 2024 ṣẹ́ni kórì wọn pè. The bomb bastard orí wọn pé à ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé ká gba self-independent autonomous our sovereignty ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè kọ́ mọ̀ wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè a sì fẹ́ jẹ́ kọ́ máa mọ̀ wá bí Nàìjíríà ká sì wá wà nínú Nàìjíríà ká wá restructure ẹ̀ ṣe àwa lè restructure kankan nínú Nàìjíríà lẹ́yìn kí lẹ lè restructure nínú Nàìjíríà kí ni nǹkan tí a lè fẹ́ restructure nínú Nàìjíríà níbi tí Nàìjíríà dé nísìn but ọ̀rọ̀ ìyẹn kọ́ ló kàn nísìn ọ̀rọ̀ what plan la gbọ́dọ̀ prepare fún nígbà tí àsìkò gbogbo ẹ̀ bá collapse because that is the most crucial part. So we need that, intelligence between àwọn tí wọ́n ń ṣe ètò yẹn láti fi ràn lọ́wọ́. And we have to prepare that a lot of us will lose something to gain something. fẹ́ lose nǹkan kan ẹ fẹ́ gba Yorùbá nation kò possible irọ́ là ń pa a gbọ́dọ̀ prepare pé a máa lose nǹkan kan a fẹ́ fẹ́ gain nǹkan tó máa tẹ́ wa lọ́rùn lẹ́ni àti lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la torí pé àwọn ọmọ wa kọ̀ọ̀kan wà labroad wọn ò ní any reason láti lọ sílé. Mo kí àwa fún kẹ́yà lájẹ ẹ má ní mò ń ṣe orúkọ pé àwọn mídíà wa ni gbogbo ẹni tó kù náà ni mo rí àpọ kíyà mi fún Ifágbémilékè gbogbo ni mo rí mo ti wọnú ètò kò dẹ̀ ń ṣeré là ń ṣe ní bíbá especially tí bá ti wọ aṣọ ogun yìí anytime tí bá ti múra báyìí ò ń ṣeré mo bá wá sórí program torí tó ń dùn wá lọ́kàn là ń sọ. So nígbà táwọn ilé ń pariwo ní 2017 ẹ jẹ́ ká wá calculate 2018 2019 2020 21 22 23 24 7 years ago ni àwọn tí ń pariwo pé there is nothing called restructure kò sí kankan tẹ́ fẹ́ restructure nínú Nàìjíríà àwọn kan tó wá ṣọ̀tún gbé restructure jáde àwọn kan tó wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ regional government ṣe rí pé àwọn ìyẹn gangan ni wọ́n fẹ́ kó bá wa. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká kúkú já gbogbo ẹ̀ wálẹ̀ tá bá já gbogbo ẹ̀ wálẹ̀ a lọ reset button but ká tó lọ reset button ni a gbọ́dọ̀ prepare mind wa pé kó má jẹ́ pé àwọn olórí burúkú tọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń kàn sáà pé Koiki tẹ́ bá lọ da gbogbo ẹ̀rú ìjẹ́ tẹ̀ ti múra sílẹ̀ fáwọn olòṣì àwọn Gbénga Daniel máa wà ní program yẹn lọ́la ìyẹn ni kí n má ṣe pé fún ṣe bomb bastard kò sí tó kàn mí. Ẹ má jẹ́ kí wọ́n wá hijack ẹ̀ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ prepare ìyẹn mo sọ pé we need 60,000 Yorùbá men and women tó dúró dáadáa 60,000 but ta ló lè fún yín ní 60,000 yẹn lábẹ́ bàbá wa ìyẹn emeritus professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè ìyẹn lọmọ wọn Ìgbòho Òòṣà. Ìbà Gani Adams ò lè fún yín ní 60,000 men tó máa jà fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ó wà ní UK bí ṣe bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí tọ́jà pé mo parọ́ mọ́ because mo mọ tí prophet Tibetan sọ fún Ìbà Gani Adams lórí ìjókòó nígbà tí wọ́n wá fún wọn ní reception náà ni ìyẹn the late October Dapò Williams because some event like that no recording straight talk àwọn ìtẹ́bẹ̀ẹ́kẹ́ gbọ́ lẹ máa gbọ́ èmi wà nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kò ń ṣe kán sọ fún mi. À ń sọ̀rọ̀ nísìn pé ta ló lè fún wa ní that energy Ìgbòho ló lè fún wa lẹ́nájì yẹn. Ọmọ Adéyẹmọ ló lè fún wa but ó ń lose nǹkankan pé káwa lè gain àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ lose adẹ̀ fẹ́ gain báwo ló ṣe máa possible. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ possible? Gbogbo wa pátápátá la máa prepare pé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá country ta fẹ́ gbà yìí a máa fẹ́ lose nǹkankan tó máa dùn wá but a fẹ́ fi lọ gain nǹkankan lọ fún ìran wa àti ìran tó ń bọ̀. So we must have that at the back of our heart. Ó gbọ́dọ̀ wà nígbà àyàwó báyìí. And the engagement is going on. A lot of engagement ń lọ nísàlẹ̀, especially pẹ̀lú àwọn ọba wa, because they are still powerful. Kò ń ṣe àwọn tó ti wà corrupt láàrin wọn. They are still powerful, they still have the voice. Ìyẹn mo ṣe sọ lánàá pé ọba tó bá sọ pé nígbà tá a bá fẹ́ make a declaration tó sọ jágbàjàgbà pé kò ní possible gbogbo palace yẹn máa wálẹ̀ ni. Mo ti sọ lánàá. Palace yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ wálẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Palace yẹn a máa rebuild ní ìbọn palace yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ wá sísàlẹ̀ torí kò ní right láti sọ fún ọmọ Yorùbá pé a fẹ́ kúrò ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá a fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà kọ́ bá kọ́ wá wà disagreement pẹ̀lú wa. But that is the reason why we must engage them now torí pé a ní gbọ́ lásìkò kan bá tó. Kí lẹ rò pé àwọn ọmọ Zamfara kan ń ṣe Boko Haram kan ń ṣe Boko Haram tí gómìnà náà ọ̀hún mọ̀ wọ́n ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ̀ ṣe kankan. Wọ́n dẹ̀ oppress everybody nínú Nàìjíríà. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tí oppress torí pé a ṣì ń gbé bígbà tẹ́ pé àmọ́ tẹ́ ẹ ká ṣe bọ́ àmọ́ tẹ́ ẹ ká ṣe. Ẹ rò pé gbogbo àmọ́ tẹ́ ẹ ká ṣe. Ìgbòho mọ́ tẹ́ ẹ kó ṣe. Bàbá Akíntóyè mọ́ tẹ́ ẹ ká ṣe. Àwọn tó ń lead wa mọ́ tẹ́ ẹ ká ṣe. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti sọ fún wa pé a gbọ́dọ̀ inject crisis nínú Nàìjíríà. Ó lè má wá jẹ́ crisis tiwa nìkan because crisis pọ̀ tó ń lọ nínú Nàìjíríà. Ẹdún electronics ó lè fa sùúrùtù kó jẹ́ kí bọ́ǹbù yẹn kó explode àbí gáàsì yẹn. So a lot of stakeholders in Nigeria, ibì kan dẹ̀ ló ti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀, tó bá dẹ̀ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ níbì kan, káwa náà ká yá ṣe kí ni ká gbé. Because ibì kan ló ti máa gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà yìí, pé pínpín yẹn, ó lè má jẹ́ àwa Yorùbá nation gangan, ó lè jẹ́ àwọn, mo máa ń sọ pé tí mo táwọn, ẹ jẹ́ n lọ ṣe hot chocolate fún ọmọ ẹ̀, mo ti fẹ́ gbàgbéra. Ẹ jẹ́ n lọ ṣe hot chocolate fún ọmọ mi náà, mo ń padà bọ̀.
China even. We had television before. Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1962, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
And that's exactly what it is. Àjọṣepọ̀ wa àti Nàìjíríà ti pín, ó ti end. But látara pé àwọn kan fẹ́ máa fi Nàìjíríà jẹun bí Tinubu àtàwọn ẹ̀mẹ̀wẹ̀, ìyẹn ló ṣe ní ká keep Nàìjíríà. Because our relationship pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà, even gan Britain gan wonder pé ṣé ọ̀dẹ̀ lẹ́yìn Yorùbá yìí ni, ṣé ọ̀dẹ̀ ni yín ni, tábàtẹ̀ pín yín papọ̀, tápọ̀ yín papọ̀, ṣé kò jẹ́ kẹ́yìn ti mú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa jáde kúrò nínú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. I'm sure they're gonna be laughing at us. Ẹ kò máa wọ pé àwọn eléyìí ṣe wá dàbí òmùgọ̀ báyìí. I'm sure pé àwọn tó jẹ́ àwọn bàbá tí wọ́n máa ronú bẹ́ẹ̀, wọ́n máa wò wá. Because they are wondering why we are still in Nigeria. Òyìnbó ń wonder pé kí ló dé ta English ń wonder pé why are we still in Nigeria? Kí ni purpose la wà Nigeria fún? Ká lè gba visa wá sí UK. Ẹ gbọ́ lẹ́ǹkan sí, mo ń bọ̀.
Impediment to Yoruba development is the impediment to Odua development. Without Nigeria, we won't be where we are. 1960, we were far ahead of South Korea and North Korea. We were far ahead of China even. We had television before France. We had radio before South Africa. Now look at where we are today. I think it's a shame that even any Yoruba man can be talking about restructuring at this point in time. What are we restructuring? This country that is already shot to pieces? I don't think that's what we want. But they are always talking about giving Nigeria a chance. The patience of Yoruba with Nigeria has come to an end.
It's almost ready. Mo kí gbogbo ọlẹ́ nǹkan ṣe má bínú mic mi wà on, so it will have feed a lot back into the broadcast. Listen to this again, Mumbo.
Which is it for you, Dr. Obadiah? Do you think the government is unwilling or unable to protect the people of Southern Kaduna?
In fact, it is not only unable, it is unwilling, and we have good reason to feel that they are part and parcel of the killers. Let me make some revelations to you.
That's a very big allegation, Dr. Obadiah. The government is part and parcel of the killers.
Yes.
That's big.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. How would the government just say, oh, it is revenge killing and so on? Then you leave it there. Oh, because it is revenge killing and so on and so forth. The body language of this administration, the body language of the state government shows clearly that they have a hand in the killings. No doubt about it. Because, you see, General Abacha, and people don't give him his due. Do you think you would have tolerated such nonsense? And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence network.
This man was telling us that, look, Yoruba people, Omugoniwani, Igbo, Hausa, and all the others, are we all stupid? So one people go. So káwa máa fund the lifestyle tí wọ́n. So wọ́n post nǹkan kan tẹ́ bá rí ọmọ mo ń bọ̀ ẹ máa gbélé lọ́nà kí n lọ prepare yẹn sílẹ̀. I'm very tí bá nínú inú òbí mi lójoojúmọ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń lọ nísìn but èmi mọ̀ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ inject the crisis, but ó lè má já wa gangan la máa prepare crisis yẹn. Crisis will come from anywhere. Tiwa ni pé any slightest opportunity ká kick in. That's all. Any slightest opportunity lẹ́yìn ìgbà tá a bá ti parí gbogbo ayẹyẹ tá a fẹ́ ṣe any slightest opportunity because eléyìí tá a fẹ́ ṣe nísìn a fẹ́ fi prepare Britain pé look ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀ ẹ tètè pé Bọ́lá Tinubu ká yanjú ẹ̀ ó wà lára tí Délé Fárótìmí sọ mo mọ̀ bí a brother mi ICTV ti lọ gbọ́ program Délé Fárótìmí 34 minutes màá play fún wa mo kàn mọ àárín ibi tó ti sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ni bọ̀ máa wá jáde. ó ní tá bá máa pín ẹ̀ sí jẹ́ ká kúkú pín kó má dìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ bí a Tinubu fẹ́ yẹ kó dìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ni kò ní jẹ́ kó dìtàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ ó ń súnmọ́ bọ̀ díẹ̀díẹ̀. tí Nàìjíríà bá exist before 2027 pẹ̀lú bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí díẹ̀ ló máa kù tó bá exist before 2027 because a lot of people kan ṣáwa Yorùbá nìkan là ń bítà àwọn èèyàn bítà gan wọ́n kàn gbé sábẹ́ ilé ni wọ́n kàn anybody kan draw the opportunity nísìnyí bọ̀ ìyẹn mo sọ pé àwa kan máa prepare pa máa lose kankan láti because o ò lè fẹ́ kúrò nínú country kò sọ pé o ò ní lose kankan we must prepare for that àyà wa tó ń jà yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ mú ẹ̀mí wa kó le koko bí kó le gan kó le ju ti gbowó gan lọ kí gbowó gan máa wò pé yes àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ti ready tó ń ṣe ètí Ìbà Gani Adams ọmọ apá ìtì ready torí Ìgbòho mọ̀ pa ti ṣe tán ó mọ̀ pé tó bá fi ohùn sílẹ̀ nísìn àwọn èèyàn máa jáde ìjọba dẹ̀ mọ̀ yẹn but ìjọba náà máa àtàkì yín padà kò sí anywhere lágbàáyé ẹ má rò pé torí Tinubu ló wà níbẹ̀ tá a bá make any move nísìn Tinubu máa ní kí sójà jáde fún wa gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ olórí burúkú èèyàn ni ẹ bá jáde nísìn pé ẹ fẹ́ dàlúrú ẹ fẹ́ ṣe kíníkan Tinubu gan máa ní kí sójà jáde ǹjẹ́ tó bá ní kí sójà jáde ǹjẹ́ gbogbo a lè kojú sójà ká sọ pé nígbà ìyẹn ló fi máa mọ̀ pé yes àfẹ́ lọ bọ̀ nígbà tá a bá ní ó ti tó àsìkò yá ìgbà làwọn kan tún máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé no ẹ má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ o màláfíà dẹ̀ sọ fún wa pé àwọn ní intelligent pé àwọn the defence minister òun gangan ni olórí àwọn Boko Haram àti vice president so ẹ wá ń gbé gbogbo àwa Yorùbá ní mugun àwa wà labroad a máa send owó sílé àwa máa tọ́jú àwọn kan nínú ilé ó bẹ́ẹ̀ ká dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú kẹ́nì kankan má gbádùn ìlú yẹn mọ́ tó olórí burúkú ni wọn owó tẹ́ kọ́ fi tọ́jú yín wọ́n fi tọ́jú yín wọ́n wá ń gbé gbogbo anímúgùn ẹ̀yáwó lọ́wọ́ IMF ẹ mọye gbèsè tí Nàìjíríà jẹ nísì so àwa darúgbó sínú Nàìjíríà táwa kan bá tẹ̀ wà láàbúrò tá a bá darúgbó sí bíbà so this is not the time to joke we are in the last lap of that country and we must be prepared mo sọ fún yín pé àwa 5% la máa wá láti diaspora gbogbo 95 tó kù ìdá àwọn sì máa wà níbẹ̀ 5% pé ló máa jáde láti diaspora tó máa padà wálé tígbà ìwà dédé ẹ mọ àwọn ọmọ Ukraine tó lọ ṣe bá àwọn ọmọ Nigerians náà fẹ́ lọ́jà ní Ukraine kí ló dé tó fẹ́ lọ́jà.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunition.
Let's just move away from there. Company. Let's read that quickly. Royal Niger Company. The Royal Niger Company was a mercantile company chartered by the British government in the 19th century. It was formed in 1879 as the United African Company, and it was renamed to the National African Company in 1881. Gbogbo báyìí àkọ́jọ ń ṣòwò ni. Àwa àti Britain lájọ ń ṣòwò. Britain tí mo wà náà ni mo ń sọ yìí o, kò ń ṣe Britain nìkan kan. This same country tí mo wà náà. Àjọ ń ṣe òwò ni. Káràkátà. Káràkátà. Àrà àníta. All this was happening from 1879, coming into 1881, and to the Royal Niger Company in 1886. As at that time, the Berlin Conference was 1884. So 2 years before Royal Niger Company was established, they've already divided and shared Africa that we were not consulted. They didn't call us. Now they are angry that Africa is all over European countries. So that is their problem. Because they knew what they were doing when they were creating this nonsense Berlin Conference. The Berlin Conference of 1884. Berlin Conference of 1884. The Berlin Conference of 1884 up to 1885 that met on the 15th of November 1884 by English and the Germans and the Europeans without any consultation of Africans. Ìwọ wá fẹ́ parẹ́ fún Nàìjíríà. Kí ló rò pé Benin ṣe jẹ́ France control? That all happened in 1884. That was 2 years before the Royal Niger Company was established in what is called Nigeria today. You bomb bastard. Don't understand the concept. Mokia to be Milomo. Good evening. The Berlin Conference of 1884 was shaped by títí dé 1885. In November 1884, these were white people from the English to the French to the Portuguese to the Spanish to the Italian. No Africans was consulted. Wọ́n pè wá sí wọ́n tẹ̀ ní báwo la ṣe fẹ́ ṣe o. Abiodun Monday mo kí triple DRS, shout out to you. Mo kí àwa Ọpẹ́ Lóyẹrú Ọpẹ́ Lóyẹrú Ibrahim. Wọ́n pè wá sí. They decided that they would do whatever they wanted to do and split Africa. That Congo became a very annexed country of Belgium. Belgium want no Congo. Let me quickly show you that. Because some of you, we need to go back to the basic and prepare your mind while we're going to fight to exit Nigeria. King Leopold II decided that he will use Congo as his own annex. Àwọn olórí burúkú àwọn òyìnbó bomb bastard. Bàbá tẹ̀ ń wò yìí olùlòṣì olórí burúkú ni. This man wọ́n pè ní King. Leopold was born 9th of April 1835. He died just few years before the creation of Nigeria in 1909. He was the second king of the Belgium from 1865 up to 1909 and the founder and the sole owner of Congo Free State from 1885 to 1908. And you want to die for a country that was a trading post. Because Nigeria was a trading post until the British took advantage through some of our own daleye Yoruba. Níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Ìyẹn lẹ ṣe máa ń rò pé gbogbo a máa dalẹ̀ Ìgbòho. Àbí ìbí nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀rọ lọ́kàn yín nìyẹn pé àwa kan máa dalẹ̀ Ìgbòho àbí Ìgbòho máa dalẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá. Èyí olùṣèyí bomb bastard. This man was born in Brussels as the second but the eldest surviving son of King Leopold I and Queen Lucille. Leopold succeeded his father to Belgian throne in 1865 at the age of 40, and he reigned for 44 years until his death. 44 years, that is 4 decades. The longest reign of a Belgian monarch to date. He died without surviving legitimate son. But he took advantage of Congo. He actually turned Congo to his own second home. And that is why they had to apologize. Belgium apologized for the crime against. They actually apologized. Belgian king sent regret to Congo for what atrocity that was committed in the lives of the Congolese people. Just like the British government, or the British, not the government, because it was the empire, the British Empire, did to Yoruba people and Biafra and the Hausa èyí wá ń bára yín jà ẹ wá ń bú ọmọ Igbo lórí social media ẹ máa búra yín because that is exactly what they've done. So let's read this. This is coming from 2020 after the whole Black Lives Matter started, like Yoruba life never mattered. A sort of Black Lives Matter when Yoruba life is also in danger on a daily basis. So Belgium, ìyẹn ọba tèní, ó wá ní kọjọ. That is exactly what King Charles should be doing right now, but he hasn't apologized and he's not ready to apologize to anybody. So what? And you know pé ọba ìlú máa apologize fún kan tí àwọn great grandfather ó ṣe sí Nàìjíríà. He's not going to apologize. He did not apologize when he went to Kenya. Lẹ́yìn ìgbà tó jọba tán fún kan tó ṣe fáwọn Mau Mau in 1953. So ìwọ rò pé ọba King Charles ti UK ó máa apologize fún ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ táwọn bàbá ńlá ẹ̀ dá sí wa lọ́rùn tó dá sáwọn bàbá ńlá tiwa lọ́rùn tí gbogbo wa fi wà níbi tá a wà lénìí torí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ní British passport àbí wọ́n ní American passport so ó ronú ilẹ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ mọ́ so passport yẹn wà cherishable than ilẹ̀ bàbá ẹ̀ àbí American passport ẹgbẹ́ dání yẹn ìyẹn wà more cherishable than ilẹ̀ tá à ń sọ pé ilẹ̀ tó fẹ́ gbà mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ torí ẹ ti gbé passport dání. So some of you are so comfortable. Hey, this passport can take me all over the world. Wọ́n gbalẹ̀ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ọ̀dẹ̀. Ilẹ̀ yín ti gbà, wọ́n ti gbalẹ̀ kúrò lọ́wọ́ yín. Òun sọ̀rọ̀ passport lẹ́ka máa sọ nísìn. Àbí bá ṣe fẹ́ Britain ilẹ̀ wa padà. Torí Britain kọ́ ló ní, America kọ́ ló ní, European country kọ́ ló ní, àwa la ní. And whatever we decide to do is exactly what we're going to do. Ìtọ́ bá wù wá ká fẹ́ ṣe lórí ilẹ̀ yẹn la máa ṣe nígbà tásìkò bá tó ká bá bọ́ sórí M1 torí a máa yin gìtá tó pọ̀. Let's read further and this is from the CNN. King of Belgium ìyẹn ọba tèní has sent his deepest regret. Ọmọ tó ń pè ní deepest pé irú nǹkan bá Yorùbá máa wáyé irú nǹkan tó yẹ kí King Charles máa ṣe nísìnyí yẹn kó máa apologize fún ìran Yorùbá fún nǹkan táwọn ìran ẹ̀ ṣe fún wa but kò apologize. Àmọ́ tó wà àti Tinubu jọ sọ nínú kọ̀rọ̀ torí àmọ́ pé Tinubu lobby fún picture yẹn ni kó tó di kó dé Panama tó lọ sí St. Mary Hospital tó ṣe bí security guard tó dàbí security guard táwọn pé president ni mo kí ẹ Clement mo rí ẹ easy kò ní tán bẹ̀ fún ẹ mo kí wọn ìjọba lórí ìjókòó bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìyá mi Bridget Awoniyi àwọn ọ̀dàlẹ̀ àwọn ìka ọmọ Yorùbá táwa ń pariwo pé àwọn ọba ti Belgium tèmi ó ń apologize fún kan táwọn ọ̀run ẹ̀ ṣe fún Congo King Charles ò tí ì ṣe yẹn fáwa but nígbà táwa bá fojú wọn fẹná nísàlẹ̀ lọ́hùn wàá mọ̀ pé lóòótọ́ ní Yorùbá fẹ́ lọ torí pé wọ́n expect bóyá ká ti ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àwa là ṣe. King of Belgium has sent his deepest regret to the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, tó ń pè ní DRC, for the suffering and the humiliation. Òun nìkan tó tábà humiliate èèyàn. Mo ní pé 15 years ní òfin jẹ́ kí n jáde kúrò nínú ìlú yìí. Whereas àwọn ọmọ wọn ń lọ wọ́n ń bọ̀ bí ìlẹ̀kẹ̀dí, wọ́n ń lọ wọ́n ń bọ̀, àwa wọ́n há wa mọ́nulé, wọ́n nítorí pé àwọn wá ìwé yẹn kọ́ lẹ́lòmíì wá náà nísìnyí. Ṣé kúkú wá jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká kúkú padà ká lọ gba ìwé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá gangan torí àbí àwọn tó wá tó ń jẹ́ kán níwèé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ká fọ́ọ̀ṣì wọn jáde àwọn Fúlàní tó ń pa wá èyí tí Ìgbòho sọ nìyẹn tó dìjà láàrin gbogbo wa. Èyí tí Ìgbòho sọ nìyẹn pé ẹ̀ ń pa ìran ọ̀hún ìpínpẹ́ ṣe ń pa yóò dá kò dá ìkàlélẹ̀ yẹn ń ṣèkà nínà ẹ̀ ń ṣèkà ìran ọ̀hún lẹ̀ ń pa ìran yẹn wọ́n sọ pé náà àwa ti ní British passport abroad làwa wà Ìgbòho ṣọ́tọ̀ àbí má ṣe o. Mo fẹ́ fi kankan wọ̀nyí lánàá diaspora tó ń lọ sí Nàìjíríà tó sọnù mo rántí sọ lánàá diaspora bó ṣe ń dé Nàìjíríà lọ́nà ti sọnù àmọ́ ibi tó wà báyìí diaspora got lost orí Sahara mo ti rí lánàá ẹ jẹ́ àwọn òbí mo lè rí news and pic ń bọ̀. The diaspora from UK wọ́n ló ti sọnù náà sọ pé nǹkan kan lè ṣẹlẹ̀ orí màá lọ wá jáde màá lọ mú jáde nísìn orí Sahara ni mo ti rí lánàá wọ́n ní bó ṣe ń dé Nàìjíríà ló sọnù but let's stick to the Belgium Belgium sọ pé kọjọ kó má bínú for the suffering is ṣebí kí ni suffering ní Yorùbá kí ló ń pè ní suffering mo kí alájẹ lẹ́ǹkan sí bàbá mi wàrí ìjìnàdún ní British Royal Niger Company, United Company, National African Company, Niger Company, these are all British trading posts in Nigeria tẹ̀fí ní liver brother lẹ́nu kí ni wọ́n ń pè ní suffering ìyà kò ní bàjẹ́ fún àròyé Odùduwà ṣé ìyà ò jẹ wá lẹ́nu but ìjẹ́ yẹ kí king máa apologize fáwa náà pé ẹ má bínú fún ìyà tá a fi gbogbo àwọn ìran yín jẹ tó ẹlòmíì ò mọ meaning slave ẹrú òrẹ́nu ẹ̀ ṣobolo a máa sọ̀rọ̀ jágbájágbá wọ́n ti bayé jẹ́ àwọn òyìnbó yìí wọ́n ti destroy ayé adẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ gbára wa kúrò lọ́wọ́ wọn by fire by force torí pé àwọn tó ń lò nísìn làwọn Tinubu àtàwọn set wọn. We must do everything to get the hell out of Nigeria. Gbogbo tó bá gbà la gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe. Gbogbo nǹkan tó bá gbà pátápátá àdúrà ní owó ní èèyàn ní gbogbo nǹkan tó bá gbà ètùtù ní gbogbo ẹ̀ la gbọ́dọ̀ inject pé kí Nàìjíríà kó má exist mọ́ láyé torí pé existing of Nigeria ìyà ló jẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ ní gbogbo àgbáyé àtẹ tó ń bẹ nílé. Ìyà is a crime against humanity that we must not allow it to succeed again. So ọba ti Belgium wa ó apologize fún nǹkan tí King Leopold ṣe fún àwọn Congo for the suffering and humiliation his nation ìyẹn nation tí wọ́n inflicted while it was colonized. Britain ò tí respect that for Yoruba people and the rest of the people that are called Nigeria today. They refuse to respect the suffering of the people, the masses. Àfikún máa sọ fún wa pé àwọn ní cordial relationship pẹ̀lú Nàìjíríà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká fa cordial relationship yẹn yà ká sọ the crisis mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́. Anybody máa ní reason láti gbádùn ẹ̀ mọ́. Ìyẹn lẹ́nu ẹ̀fẹ́ ìyá máa jẹ gbogbo yín ni. Kíyà tó jẹ mí á pẹ́. Oúnjẹ tí mo jẹ kù wà ní kitchen mo jẹ tán. Kíyà tó jẹ mí ó máa pẹ́. Suffering. Let's take that one again. The King of Belgium has sent his deepest regret to the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Company DRC, for the suffering and the humiliation his nation in Belgium, nation in Belgium, to inflict while it colonized the region, but stopped short of apologizing for his ancestor. Kò apologize fáwọn ancestor tiẹ̀ ó kò apologize lẹ́nu but kò apologize fún crime tí ìyẹn ọba tàná lórí burúkú tó ń pè ní Leopold yẹn tó ṣe fún àwọn DRC àwọn Congo níjọ́ náà lọ. And you see why à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ràn wá a máa sọ nǹkan tó ń dùn wá ẹlòmíì a máa sọ jágbajàgba jógbojògbo ẹ wo àwọn ọmọ màlámí bó ṣe ń gbádùn ayé.
These people received in life. They were brought to Belgium to be put on display. For decades, the ugliest chapters of Belgian history have been buried, out of sight and out of mind. Like this century-old burial ground just outside Brussels, containing the remains of 7 Congolese. Dignity in death was not a luxury these people received in life. They were brought to Belgium to be put on display.
It was basically like a human zoo. I mean, daytime they had to do row races on the lake, and the women had to cook. And basically, Belgians came and looked at it. It was pure racism.
That human zoo was commissioned by King Leopold II in 1897. The killing of George Floyd in the U.S. has opened an old wound in Belgium. King Leopold made Congo his own personal possession, sending troops to pillage the ivory and rubber by enslaving the local population. Those who fought back paid with their hands, feet, or lives. At least 500,000 died. And yet today, Leopold is memorialized in street names.
Mo sọ fún yín pé freedom people will die. Ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tó sọ mẹ́yìn 500,000 ẹ má bínú pé audio yẹn ló gan is from the CNN website. Only 500,000 people died ẹ̀rí bọ́ ṣe gé ọwọ́ àwọn èèyàn. And yet ọba ti tèmi ó kò apologize kò apologize fún kan tí ancestors wọn ṣe. You can see why tí gbogbo nǹkan ṣe rí jágbajàgba jọgbọjọgbọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá because àìtí apologize fún ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí Britain tó colonize tó ṣe fáwọn ọ̀ràn bàbá ńlá wa. Bàbá Akíntóyè ti ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn rí ní some years last year pé ká ṣàdúrà fún àwọn ìran tó gbé jáde kúrò nílẹ̀ Yorùbá because ẹ gbé wọn kúrò tí kò ń ṣe wíìlì wọn ṣèbí àwa tẹ̀lé sá kúrò Nàìjíríà wíìlì tàwa la fi sá kúrò. Àwọn èèyàn already pé wọ́n fẹ́ kúrò àbí ṣe gbọ́ wọn náà wọn ti Ìgbò wọn ni wọ́n ta sómi níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ni. Pé kàkà káwọn lọ ṣẹrú nílùú òyìnbó àwọn àyà máa jẹ́ kíkú gbé àwọn lọ. Sẹ́yìn ọmọ káwọn tó kó lọ ní ẹrú àìtí lọ ní kọjọ kọ́ máa bínú fún gbogbo ntí àwọn colonial masters ṣe fún wọn. Ìwọ wá ń sọ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ò settle down. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ settle down? Àfi tá a bá kúrò nínú Nàìjíríà. Torí Nàìjíríà ò ní jẹ́ ká ṣe gbogbo tá a bá ń ṣe prayer náà ní ti ìlànà Christian kò ní lè gbà lé wọn lórí torí inú Nàìjíríà òfò la wà. Tá a bá ń ṣe prayer ní ti ìlànà Mùsùlùmí kò ní gbà lé wọn lórí. Tá a bá ń ṣe ní ti ìlànà àwọn tí baba ńlá wa kò ní gbà lé wọn lórí torí pé a ní ṣe in accordance bó ṣe jẹ́ ká ṣe. Ó yẹ káwa máa ní àwọn ọjọ́ ẹ̀yà irú ìtọ́fẹ́ ṣe ní ọ̀la nísìn tó ń pè ní Yorùbá National Unity Day. Tó bá yẹ pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ni public holiday ló máa jẹ́ bọ̀ olórí burúkú Nàìjíríà la wà everybody lọ sí school lọ́la. Tó yẹ ká máa lọ sí school nígbà tó fẹ́ ṣe National Public Day tiwa. Máa sọ pé ò fẹ́ kí Yorùbá kó kúrò ní Nàìjíríà ìyà ló máa pa ẹ́ ìyà yẹn máa pa ẹ́ kò dẹ̀ ebi gbogbo alájọ́ rí nísìn. Kọ́lá fún Bísọ́lá lálàáfíà tó bá jẹ́ pé ìlú òyìnbó ló wà tí a máa tọrọ owó fún pé kó fi ṣe surgery fún kó fi tọ́jú ẹ̀ ṣé bọ́n ṣe ń ṣe ní UK nìyẹn. Ẹni tó bá sick àmọ́ wá sórí social media ó yẹ bá wa dáwó ìrẹ́ má dáwó akọni ká sọ fún ipò sick ni. Do you know how many people are going through all kind of terminal illness nílùú ìtọ́jú pé wọ́n ń tọ́jú wọn 24/7 wọ́n dẹ̀ ti sọjọ́ tẹ́lómi máa kú fún. But wọ́n máa fún ní the last final right tó máa gbádùn ayé ẹ̀ tí kú yẹn máa fi dé. Tọ́pọ̀ tó yìnbó bá sọ fún ẹ kó máa kú ní dọ́bà ìjọ ẹ̀ ló máa kú torí wọ́n ti rí ni technology ti dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀. Àṣẹ̀wá ń gbé Bísọ́lá wá sórí social media. Irú àwa tọrọ owó fún o akọni káwọn èèyàn mọ̀ pé ó síkì ní kí la ní láti mọ̀ pé ó síkì fún. Ẹ gbé lọ sí Luke hospital kó máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ intanidi nìyẹn kọ́ lọ́dẹ̀ fún lálàáfíà. Tíyẹn bá tẹ̀ máa kọ́kọ́ máa ṣe àdúrà wà á tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ jẹ́ kó gbé orí ẹ̀ sórí MRI kan scan orí ẹ̀ ká mọ̀ tó ń ṣe é. Àwa rí YouTube view 200,000 àti dá 1 million fún 1 million táwọn kan fi tọ́fin mo fẹ́ máa disrespect obìnrin lórí platform. 1 million táwọn boys tọ́fin ń ṣe jẹ̀jẹ̀ tọ́fin ní kọ́bìnrin máa jó kọ́ máa kó sórí ìdí ẹ̀. Ẹ wo bó ṣe balẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ́. Ìyàn wá dùn wọ́n lọ́kàn. Inú ọ̀ máa bí ẹ lójoojúmọ́ kó máa sùn kó máa jí kí inú máa bí ẹ lójoojúmọ́ pé irú ìdààmú wo la wà nú ẹ̀ ìyẹn ọ̀ṣẹ́ ti Koiki yẹn ló wà concern about one bastard kò ní dáa fáwọn tó bí ẹ wọ́n ní ṣoríire. King Leopold ó create a human zoo ọmọ tó pè bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n kó àwọn èèyàn sínú zoo wọ́n kéjì wọn àwọn èèyàn wà ló ń fi owó wò wọ́n á bèsè Elédùmarè. Ṣèbí zoo náà dàgbà tábà wá ní zoo ní Nàìjíríà ní shut up ṣèbí dáwọ̀ sọ yóò bọ̀ kò ní dáa fún bá bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹ gbà tó bí wa síbẹ̀ ṣé Nàìjíríà níbẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n bí wa nígbà tí tó jẹ́ 18 something 15th century ṣé wọ́n ní ṣé Nàìjíríà ṣèbí fraud ni ṣètò bá bí wa síbẹ̀ ṣé àwa kọ́ la nílẹ̀ yẹn orúkọ yẹn la ní ká sọ orúkọ yẹn ká fi sínú náà ká jó gbogbo ẹ̀dánù ká ṣàdúrà lé lórí pé Ọlọ́run jẹ́ ká tún bá Nàìjíríà pàdé ìyẹn mo ṣe ń bí bàbá Adébóyè pé kí ni Ọlọ́run fi wọ̀nyí afẹ́mọ̀ torí irọ́ lẹ̀ ń pa fún wa afẹ́mọ̀ tí Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè fi wọ̀nyí torí pé afẹ́mọ̀ the end of this shit hole country tó pè Nàìjíríà àwa dẹ̀ la máa rí the end ẹ̀ tẹ́yìn ò bá sọ fún wa àwa la máa rí the end Nàìjíríà torí pé ẹ̀yin lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́ máa sọ fún wa pé nǹkan báyìí l'Ọlọ́run sọ fún yín lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ìyẹn bàbá Adébóyè ẹ wá mẹ́nu dákẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ ìyà wa ń jẹ gbogbo wa ẹ̀yin gbádùn gbogbo wa níjọ gbádùn ẹ̀ mọ́ ni ó kù díẹ̀ gbogbo wa pátá kò sẹ́ni tó máa gbádùn ẹ̀ mọ́ ṣèbẹ́yìn sì ń travel ẹ̀ lọ tán pẹ̀lú security ni a máa short gbogbo ẹ̀dá kò ní sẹ́ni kankan tó máa mú blọ̀sẹ̀ níwẹ̀ ó kù díẹ̀ nìbọn ró. They created human zoo. Do you know what it means? òun ṣe ẹran lọ́kọ́ síbẹ̀ òun ṣe ẹlẹ́dẹ̀ òun ṣe màálù òun ṣe ẹyẹ òun ṣe crocodile òun ṣe snake wọ́n kó àwọn èèyàn sínú zoo wọ́n dẹ̀ kéèjì wọn àwọn kan wá lọ ń fowó wò wọ́n níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn ìyẹn bàbá olórí burúkú tó ń pè ní King Leopold ìyẹn wàá dùn ẹ́ lọ́kàn kínú máa bí ẹ pé irú láìfù olélẹ̀ ṣé bó ṣe jẹ́ kí láìfù rí nìyẹn irú láìfù yẹn náà kọ́ra ṣe jẹ́ ìyẹn nísìn tàbá wá ní zoo ní Nàìjíríà ṣé wọn kéèjì yín nísìn you are in the zoo because Bisola nísìn I saw her and I'm thinking ṣé gbogbo ilé kan ṣe necessary all she need is to be in a care home kó máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ lọ́sibítù kó máa gba proper first class medical ká máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ ká má tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kankan ṣe àwa gbé wá sórí social media ó ti sick o ọdún mélòó ló ti ní àìsàn yẹn ọdún méjì ẹ pẹ̀lẹ́ ìbádẹ́ ti sọ fún gbogbo kí ló ní láti sọ fún gbogbo yòókù do you know how many people are going through all kind of different illness around the world why do people need to know when you are sick hospital àti government lè kó máa tọ́jú ẹ̀ okay but ìkànnì àwa sọ gbogbo nǹkan di content Kòkun foundation ajáde akórẹsì a máa fún àwọn ìyá wa ní ìrẹsì àti bọ̀lì àtẹ̀pà àbí we like that kind of lifestyle. Let's go back to the trading post. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan tẹ́ gbọ́n lè share button. Àṣẹmẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò mi. Ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ fídíò yẹn tán délẹ̀. Màá rí wine ẹ̀. Kókò tún refresh nínú brain ẹ̀. Torí onígbàgbé ni wá. Onígbàgbé yẹn. Mi náà máa ń gbàgbé. Onígbàgbé yẹn ni wá. So màá tún refresh brain yìí. Kẹ́ gbọ́ ìyà tí ọba Belgium tó fi wọ́n jẹ ní Congo níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Ní 18 something kò tí ì sí Nàìjíríà gbá yẹn. Trading post ní gbogbo wọn ṣe káàkiri especially àwọn Europeans yìí they came as friends àwa ló pàlejò ní wọn àwọn èèyàn tá ti miss ẹ̀rọ kí tíyàn bá ti travel for a very long time tó bá wálé àwọn kan máa ń ṣe surprise fún dádì wọn ẹ má máa ṣe àwọn surprise tí bàbá yẹn tó yẹ pé bp akọ̀kú dànù ni ó ti ṣọ́kó lọ sí Canada láti 15 years àwa dé lásàpamọ́ sẹ́yìn ilẹ̀kùn ẹ pé dádì wọlé ẹ pé dádì àti mọ́mì wọlé àwọn àmàjọ sunkún wájọ máa sunkún kí là ń wá káàkiri kò ní ìwé ló ṣe pẹ́ ní 15 years ẹni tó bá wà lábroad tó wálé within 1 year kò ní ìwé ni ó ń tòwé ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ kò dé ṣe tán tètè fún yàn immigration lẹ Yorùbá gbọ́dọ̀ tough lọ́jọ́ iwájú ó gbọ́dọ̀ tough kò ń ṣe ta máa fún anybody níwèé torí Britain ò fún anybody níwèé mo kí àwa pátú sí Elizabeth ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́ nǹkan tí ọba ìjọ náà lọ́hùn tó ṣe ká wá padà sí ẹ mọ̀ pé trading post la fi dé bíbá from trading post a lọ sí Congo a máa padà sí trading post yẹn Royal Niger Company ó gbọ́ rí ẹ ò nílé gbọ́ nígbà tó ti yọ history kúrò nínú school báwo ló ti fẹ́ gbọ́ yẹn àwa gbogbo à ń ṣe content káàkiri àwa tó yẹ ká máa develop technology innovation patent àwa ń ṣe content what content do you make people laugh everybody wá ń ṣe content all over the place let's continue the program. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin àgbàlagbà. I'm gonna make my mic kájọ gbọ́ again.
Ugliest chapters of Belgian history have been buried, out of sight and out of mind. Like this century-old burial ground just outside Brussels, containing the remains of 7 Congolese. Dignity in death was not a luxury these people received in life. They were brought to Belgium to be put on display.
It was basically like a human zoo. I mean, daytime they had to do row races on the lake, and the women had to cook. And basically, Belgians came and looked at it. It was pure racism.
That human zoo was commissioned by King Leopold II in 1897. The killing of George Floyd in the U.S. has opened an old wound in Belgium. King Leopold made Congo his own personal possession, sending troops to pillage the ivory and rubber by enslaving the local population. Those who fought back paid with their hands, feet, or lives. At least 500,000 died. And yet today Leopold is memorialized in street names and statues across Belgium.
Je me sens un peu rabaissée parce que c'est les gens de mon origine, de ma communauté qui ont été tués. Et c'est comme si tu mettais une statue d'Hitler en plein Berlin. Moi, je me sens comme ça. C'est comme si tu mettais une statue de Léopold II en plein Bruxelles.
The visual legacy of a king who reigned for 44 years may well be taken down by a boy who's only been alive for 14. Noah, born in Belgium to Congolese parents, has got more than 80,000 people to sign his petition demanding the city of Brussels take down Leopold statues by June 30th. Pierre Company was born in colonial Congo and is now Belgium's first black mayor. He thinks correcting Belgium's problems with racism start with a proper education about the past.
Si les enfants en Belgique avaient étudié l'histoire, et l'histoire bien écrite, je crois qu'aujourd'hui on ne serait pas avec tous ces problèmes. Si ton arrière-grand-père était de ceux qui étaient là où l'on a coupé les mains, tu ne vas pas commencer à crier mon arrière-grand-père l'a fait.
Vandals have already torched a Leopold statue in Antwerp, taken a sledgehammer to a bust in Brussels, and dumped paint on another outside the African Museum, which still houses artifacts pillaged from Congo. Director Guido Gracile spent half a decade scrubbing its colonial image, but he may soon have a new headache. Several cities and towns are looking to the museum to give their Leopold-era statues a new home.
We haven't really decided yet whether we want to become a memorial or shrine from Leopold II or whether we can convert it in some sort of work of contemporary art.
So here you've tried to decolonialize this museum, and yet you may end up with a colony of Leopold statues.
Yeah, but it will be in a different context.
Last week, Parliament voted to start a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to atone for the sins of Belgian rule in Africa. But in response to Noah's petition, the Brussels mayor says he doesn't have authority to remove any statues.
Allez, en enlevant la statue, on n'enlève pas l'histoire. Et je trouve que c'est pas les statues qui doivent enseigner les personnes.
Removing the statues won't reverse the atrocities of yesterday, but the empty plinths may force Belgium to learn a lesson that's long overdue. Scott McLean, CNN, Brussels.
Welcome once again to the program. As we continue the self-determination, let's also remind ourselves that there's so much to learn in the history. Hold on, from Yawa Janet, Pashaki barrister, ìjọ̀gbọ́n tí ọlọ́jọ́ dé gbogbo ètò ìsìnkú tó máa wáyé ní October 11th, 12th and the 13th ní New York níbi tí àwọn ọmọ wọn àti mọ̀lẹ́bí tó ti máa sin ìyá náà. She will be remembered for all the great things that she's done, and especially for serving humanity and also putting her own footprint, because gbogbo tí ìyá yẹn ṣe la máa fi ṣèrántí wọn títí tí a máa fi dé ilẹ̀ lérí agbára Ọlọ́run.